Our third recipient for the 2017 Roberts Wesleyan College Alumna of the Year is Dr. Vanessa Crothers Stallkamp, class of 1989, and Dr. Roll, who will come to the podium at this time to do an introduction. Please welcome them.
Good morning. On behalf of the Department of Biological and Chemical Sciences and the Health Professions Program, I'm happy to be back again to welcome Vanessa Stallkamp into what I call the Roberts Hall of Fame. Vanessa graduated from Roberts with a degree in chemistry, and Roberts has played an influential role for almost her entire life. From birth to age 4, she lived in Greek Village, now known as the Alumni Village, and while her parents worked at the college. There are not too many alumni who start out at the college that young. When she was a freshman in high school, she and her family moved back to North Chili, where her father served as the president of Roberts Wesleyan College, for whom the clock tower in front of Smith Hall was constructed. She was involved in the RWC Community Orchestra while in high school, and all these experiences made her a part of the RWC family even before she was a student. As a student at Roberts, Vanessa participated in student government as treasurer and president and was a resident advisor. She enjoyed hanging out with her suite mates in Minor Hall, running around the Smith Science Center, which is now Smith Hall, when she should have been studying, and supporting all the various functions that she and the Student Association helped put together, including concerts, parties, and movies. The faculty at Roberts played an important role in her life. The ability to link her studies in the classroom to her faith had a lifelong impact. Dr. Chamberlain in chemistry taught her to be precise and analytical in more than one way. Dr. Bassett and Dr. Koisman taught her to look at life and life's issues and challenges from a different perspective. Dr. Miguel taught her how to study the Bible. Dr. Cheryl Repass taught her grace when Vanessa received her worst grade on a test. She got a D. But her world did not end, much to her surprise. Dr. Julie Grimm noted, "I remember Vanessa well as a bright and articulate young woman who had a love of medicine and psychology. We had a number of conversations about how she might use her gifts, and I secretly hoped she would choose psychology. Looking back, I see her wisdom in following God's leading as she allowed herself to be used by God in the medical profession, serving women and bringing new life into the world. Vanessa, you have blessed so many in your medical practice. My sincere congratulations." As an organic chemist, Vanessa taught me the meaning of equanimity in the organic chemistry lab. The dictionary definition of equanimity is mental calmness, composure, and evenness of temper, especially in a difficult situation. Vanessa was starting an organic synthesis reaction in which she challenged the limits of thermodynamics. Before a major explosion, the reaction was rescued, and Vanessa carried on, finishing the lab, finishing the course, and remaining a chemistry major. After her Roberts experience, Vanessa completed her MD at State University of New York, Buffalo School of Medicine, went on to do her residency in obstetrics and gynecology at The Ohio State University. She is a board-certified member and fellow of the American College of OB/GYN, which is no small accomplishment in itself. She is practicing as an obstetrician and gynecologist and is currently partner owner at OB/GYN Specialists in Lima, Ohio. She has 3 major responsibilities in her job. She is a physician who takes care of women in all facets of their lives, from adolescent care to obstetrics and high-risk pregnancy care to menopausal health and everything in between. She works in a well-respected community hospital, St. Rita's Medical Center, with a great staff. Second, she helps run her business with the other 3 partners. They employ some 40 people and together take care of most of the pregnant women in their community. Third, she plays an active role in the hospital leadership and health system leadership at Mercy Health. Vanessa has been a huge supporter of Roberts since graduating, giving of her time and resources. She has participated on boards in her fundraising campaigns and has been a model of lifetime alumni involvement. As a pre-professional health advisor at Roberts, I often read a German quote to students in my health professions class. It goes something like this: Nur ein guter Mensch kann ein guter Arzt sein, which translates into only a good man can be a good doctor. Vanessa reminds us that both a good woman and a good man can be a good doctor. And yes, Dr. Berry, we should add German back as a language offered in the liberal arts at Roberts. Vanessa has been involved in missions, doing a residency at a hospital in the Congo for 5 weeks. This experience was life-changing. Since then, she has stayed stateside and supported others in their travels, but hopes to do more mission work when her children are grown. Vanessa, her husband Eric, and their 2 daughters are active members in the Shawnee United Methodist Church, where they are currently involved with the feeding ministry, Family Promise Ministry for homeless families, and youth ministries. Vanessa's daughter, Abby, is starting her freshman year at Indiana Wesleyan University, majoring in elementary education and special needs education. Leah, a sophomore at Shawnee High School, is involved in singing and volleyball. And yes, send a note to the admissions office about Leah. They live in Lima, Ohio, and are huge Ohio State Buckeye fans. My final word, Vanessa, thanks for doing your part to help make Roberts Wesleyan a destination school for pre-med and other pre-health professions. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Porterfield, and the faculty and staff at Roberts Wesleyan for this incredible honor. I'm truly humbled. And thank you, students, for being who you are and making this place great now. We had a tremendous responsibility to make Roberts great when we were here. We're way past that now. But you make this place great now, and I thank you for that. They asked us to prepare remarks. My parents' comment was brevity. So I will try to be brief, but I do want to share a few things. I look back at my time at Roberts, and it was important for many of my formative memories. Most of them fabulous. Not all of them, but most of them fabulous. That D from Dr. Repass, not so fabulous. There are so many things I am so very, very thankful for. I thought about Ora et Labora. Now, we have a new crest, but back in the day, our little crest was Ora et Labora, pray and work. And I thought I could say something about the spiritual formation that was instilled at Roberts and the work ethic that we all were instilled with when we were here. Or education for character, I know you've heard that one. And how Roberts prepared me so well for the next chapters in my life in medical school and residency and on to practice as an obstetrician. But then I actually looked online at Roberts' website, recognized I'm old, and we didn't have a website when I was here. We didn't have computers very much when I was here. Email came around when I was in med school. So we didn't even have email. But we have a great website now. I'm really quite impressed with it. I got on it last week, and I was looking at what we believe at Roberts and their foundational assumptions. So the foundational assumptions at Roberts Wesleyan, in case you haven't looked at that little piece on your website, are scholarship, spiritual formation, and service. And those really did resonate with me. So let me talk about those 3. First, scholarship. I am ever thankful for the great education I received here. I majored, as Dr. Roll said, in chemistry and psychology. Chemistry because I like science. Psychology because I don't like science alone. And so I didn't know what I was going to do when I was 18 years old, and they said I had to pick a major. Well, my daughter just started her freshman year at Indiana Wesleyan University, and half of her class are undeclared. So it's okay if you don't have a major. I started with those and finished with those. Dr. Roll, I took several classes for him, and I'm so thankful for him and his role in my career, both as a professor. He was not easy. He taught me well, and so I had a great education because of him, as well as many of the professors who aren't here anymore. And then psychology, Dr. Bassett, I took many classes from. Dr. Grimm had just arrived in my junior or senior year, and we had many conversations. Dr. Repass was an adjunct professor just out of her graduate studies and did give me my very worst grade on an undergraduate exam in my entire 4 years here. I'm sure it had nothing to do with my preparation for that exam. Nothing. Dr. Elvira Berry, freshman seminar. She taught me to write a lot. And I'm thankful for it now. I was not at that point. These educators did really prepare me for the next level. I was only about 2 weeks into medical school when I realized that my new friends, who went to larger, more prestigious schools, perhaps, including Princeton and Cornell, were not any better prepared than I was for the work ahead. I had a great foundation for scholarship. Spiritual formation. I think this is where Roberts is unique compared to those prestigious schools. On a side note, you've heard already that John and I lived here as toddlers and infants. I spent the first 4 years of my life here over in Greek Village. It was Epsilon, which I think now is Siddig. Our parents, John's parents and mine, were and are close friends. The Walshes and the Crothers spent lots of time together, apparently, when we were young. We moved away, but both families moved back in the 80s, and I did go to Churchville-Tyler High School. Dr. Walsh was the senior pastor at Pierce, and my dad worked here. Okay, he was the president. But Roberts and the Pierce community were a vital part of my spiritual foundation. I'm so thankful for Dr. Basinger and his philosophy class. He taught me to think from a different viewpoint. Taught me that there are lots of shades of gray between white and black. And sometimes you have to question your own sense of truth, and is that really truth from God? Not always as easy as it sounded. And then I'm thankful for Dr. Stan McGill. He taught the Gospel of John. I believe I took his class the year he retired, and there is a McGill building on campus now. I think it's one of the residence halls. He taught the Gospel of John, but he also taught how to critically look at all of Scripture. The staff at Roberts have been shown us by example what it means to be spiritually mature. And the administrators that I connected with as a student government person showed a real true sense of integrity and wanting to impart the love of Christ on each student. I have so many lifelong friends that I made here, and I'm so thankful for them and the spiritual foundation that we received here at Roberts because of late night talks or Bible studies and even chapel. And then service. Roberts really prepares you to serve. Serve like Jesus. That's my home church's motto, serve like Jesus. For many of the majors, that's intuitive. Religion and philosophy, education, social work, nursing, all incorporate some type of service. But in reality, it's not your chosen career that defines service, but how you choose to use your career. You can serve like Jesus with any degree from Roberts. My service currently is primarily to my patients. I serve in the act of medical care as well as the act of the whole patient, physically, mentally, and spiritually. One of the most emotionally charged events in one's life is the birth of a child. And to be a part of that experience every day is an incredible blessing. When it's easy, it can be incredibly joyous and a wonderful occasion. When it's a difficult birth, or when it's fraught with uncertainty, I'm thankful that I can show God's love then as well, and perhaps help a family through a really tough time. I thank Roberts for helping me to foster that Christ-like service. So I am thankful. I'm thankful for the scholarship at Roberts, for the spiritual foundation I received at Roberts, and thankful that you and I can go and serve like Jesus.